pregnant. I have been dying to tell you guys. I'm so excited. I am in shock still. It doesn't seem real. This was a little bit of a surprise, but the happiest surprise, and our family is so excited. I'm especially excited to share another pregnancy journey with all of you, so yay for getting pregnant! I'm due April 28th, 2017, which is actually Winston's 3rd birthday, so that is really cool. I will probably have the baby a week earlier because I will have a C-section, and I kind of want to keep my kids' birthdays separate, but it is very cool that that is my due date, and it's just a special day because it's also my grandpa's birthday, so it was really cool when we found out about that. I found out that I was pregnant on my 13th anniversary, August 16th, and I probably wouldn't have taken a pregnancy test that day because I hadn't actually missed my period. I was 3 days before my missed period, 3 to 4 days. But the week before that, Casey looked at me and said, "You're pregnant." I was like, "I am not pregnant. I haven't missed my period. It wasn't even close." I was just like, "There's no way that I'm pregnant and that you would know that." He was like, "You are. I know you are." And so that whole weekend I was like, "Am I pregnant? I don't feel different. I feel normal. I don't know." And then it kind of got into my head and I was like, I think that I am pregnant. I didn't feel physically different, but there was just like something in my heart and I just felt like, I think I'm pregnant. So we waited until our anniversary, which was on a Tuesday, and we had just went to dinner, we were watching movies, we decided to go and get some treats, and thought while we were at the store we might as well grab a pregnancy test. So we rushed back to the hotel. It was just the two of us and I hurried and took one, and in my mind I was thinking, this probably isn't going to be positive. It's really early. I don't know if it's going to work. And so I took the test and I put it down and it turned, there were 2 lines immediately. It was so fast. And at first I was like, oh, that probably means I'm not pregnant. And I looked closer and I was like, no, that means I am pregnant. I'm pregnant. And it was just like, what? Is this real? Is this really happening? It was just the craziest feeling. We just weren't really trying. I've had a lot of people say, well, you know what you do to have a baby, and I do know that, but with both Gage and Winston, it took us a while, especially with Winston. It took us about 7 months, and so I just always thought that that is what we would do, is we would have to try for a while. We would have to track down when I was ovulating. And so that is why we were surprised. We knew that, of course, that it was a possibility to get pregnant because we weren't preventing pregnancy, but it was just a very happy surprise and I'm really grateful. So right after that I went out and I told Casey and he said, I knew you were pregnant and I bet that you're due on Winston's birthday and it's going to be a boy. So sure enough, I downloaded like 3 or 4 different pregnancy apps and put all my information into all of them, and they all said the same thing, that I was due on Winston's birthday. So now I just have a feeling that I'm having a boy. Casey's been right about everything else. I can't imagine that he would be wrong about this one thing. And I actually don't want to find out. That is just something that I really want to do this time. I'm actually not at all tempted to find out. It's not something that I want to do with my other ones. I was dying, like as soon as I could find out, I wanted to find out. But with this one, I just know that I love him or her so much that I don't want to find out. I just want to be surprised on that day. I just want to know that I'm having a baby and we're going to be adding to our family, and I just really don't care. Like I said with the other ones, I had to know, but I think knowing that I have a girl, I have 2 boys, and another one is just going to fit into our family perfectly just makes me happy and excited, and so I just want to be surprised. Casey, however, does not feel the same way. He really wants to know, so we'll see. We'll see what happens when that time comes. I did find out when I was 4 weeks along, and the day after we got home from the hotel, I made sure to film a video because I wanted to document everything from the very second that we found out, and all of the emotions I was feeling and the happiness that I was feeling. I was just super excited and everything felt so perfect, and it was just the greatest surprise. I was in shock. I'm not gonna lie, I was like a little bit in shock, but that day after I felt nothing but happiness and excitement, and just to know that your family's growing is the best feeling. And I was feeling really good, and I was really like motivated and inspired, and I wanted to get my house clean, and I just had so much energy and this rush of excitement, and I felt amazing. And I was just thinking, if this is how I'm gonna feel my whole pregnancy, this will be the most amazing pregnancy. I can't wait, bring it on. I'm gonna exercise, I'm gonna eat healthy. Everything is going to be so perfect this pregnancy, because my pregnancy with Winston was really hard. And I was sad about that because I didn't feel like I enjoyed my pregnancy like I had hoped to. So this time I was like, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna enjoy this. I feel so good. And I really had a good feeling about that because with Winston, before I had even found out I was pregnant, smells were already bothering me and I was feeling a little queasy. So I had a really good feeling. But about 5.5 weeks later, sickness hit me, and it hit me hard. I don't feel like I've been as sick as I was with Winston. I've just been sick in a different way. So with Winston, I couldn't eat at all. Like, food just grossed me out. When I ate, I felt sick. After I ate, I felt sick, and it was just, I just felt disgusting all the time. With this one, I feel sick all the time, but when I'm eating, I actually feel better. So while I'm eating, I feel really, really good. I'm like, okay, my sickness goes away. I just feel so much better. And then about 10 to 20 minutes later, I get really sick and throw up. So that is a difference. This time around, I've been throwing up a lot, and that's been really, really hard for me physically and mentally. So around that time, from about 5.5 weeks on, I felt terrible and tired and sick and depressed, and it was just honestly hard for me to get out of bed even. It was just the worst feeling. And the worst thing about that is there's nothing that is more important to me than being a mom and a wife, and I just felt like I was failing in those areas, which is terrible. You know, you're pregnant to bring another child into your family, then you're not feeling well enough to take care of your kids and to provide what a mother provides for their family. So that was really, really straining on me as a mom and as a wife, and which made me more sad and more depressed, and it made me feel even more sick. So those few weeks were super, super tough. I've also felt a lot more anxiety and worry with this pregnancy. I don't know what it is, but every time I would think about being pregnant, I was happy, but it also gave me this pit in my stomach about telling people, and I don't understand why that was happening. I've never felt that way before, but I just got such a, like, it was like I was dropping from something, this pit in my stomach. And I got that over everything that I would worry about, just this pit in my stomach, and I was so anxious about things and worried about things and in a super bad mood because I was so worried and I was so sick. And that was hard because that was something that I had never experienced. I was like, I am grateful that I'm pregnant, and I just feel so anxious and I don't know what's going on. All these feelings were really confusing and really hard, and it's really hard to share those things with people because I don't ever want that to be mistaken with me not being grateful or not excited about having another baby. And I'm already judging myself so hard on the fact that I'm feeling all of these emotions that I have no control over, that I don't understand myself. So to think of someone else judging me for those things, that's really hard. But I do feel like it's important to talk about. And I'm very grateful that I have people in my life that know me and will sit and listen to me, just get it all out, and they're understanding and they know and they can just talk to me. So if you are feeling this way, I know that it's so, so hard, but I also know how important it is to reach out to someone and to talk to them, because your hormones just kind of go crazy when you're pregnant, and sometimes we don't have control over those feelings. And I know how that feels, to just feel like, what is going on? I'm so happy and I'm so excited and I'm so confused of why I'm feeling depressed and sad and anxious and worried all the time. So that is my advice to you, is don't be ashamed. You have no control over it, and make sure to talk to someone so that you're not burying yourself deeper and deeper into the sad, sad hole where you're confused and lonely. At 8 weeks, I was able to get into the doctor for my first doctor's appointment, and I made sure to tell the nurse that I was feeling very anxious, and we talked about that. And since she knew that, I thought that I was going to be able to hear the baby's heartbeat, and she was like, you're actually just getting blood work today. And I was like, okay. And she was like, she just looked at me and she was like, you know what? There's an old ultrasound machine out in the hallway. I'll go and grab it. And I was so grateful to her. I didn't actually get to vlog this or take any pictures because it was just like spur of the moment, and I was so grateful. And she got the old ultrasound machine out, and the baby looked great, and I could see his or her little heart fluttering, and it was just the best thing. I was crying. I just felt so much anxiety and worry leave my body at that time. And I just felt so much better. I was just so happy to look at my baby and to know everything was okay, and Winston was there with me, and to look at him and think he's going to be a big brother. It was just such a beautiful moment, and it just made me feel so, so much better. I talked to her about being sick, and she gave me some medicine, which has saved my life. It has been the best thing, and I know that a lot of people don't want to take medicine, and I understand that. I know that it's hard to think of putting something in your body when you're growing a little human, but it has made me feel like a human again. It's made me feel like I can do the things that I need to do as a mom, and it's helped me. I'm not throwing up every day. I still do get sick and I still do throw up, but that has definitely helped so much. I do want to do a video soon on morning sickness and the different things that I have tried besides medicine to help just ease some of that sickness a little bit, because there are different things that you can do, and everyone has different levels of sickness through their pregnancy. So I am going to be making a video soon telling you all of the little things that have helped me with my last 2 pregnancies, so be sure to watch for that, or let me know if you want to see it. I just think us mamas have to like work together, get each other through this morning sickness that lasts morning, noon, and night, and it's terrible and no one understands unless you felt that way. It's just the most terrible sickness that you could ever feel. Okay, so update time. I am 11 weeks. I'm officially 11 weeks. I can't believe it. I am still feeling very tired. I am feeling unmotivated, which is such a bummer because this channel is so important to me. So I am going to try to work harder on this channel. I am feeling a little bit better. Some of that motivation is coming back. I just know with the holidays coming, I love like making treats with my kids and doing different crafts and different hairstyles and makeup looks. So I am going to hopefully get back on that next week and get some videos that are so important to me to make out. Another thing that has been so great is I no longer have anxiety. I'm not feeling that way at all. I haven't gotten that terrible feeling in the pit of my stomach. It's just, I just feel better ever since my ultrasound, like I said, but again, with time, I'm feeling a lot better. I was a little worried, like, am I going to be able to handle 4 kids? 4 kids is a lot, and I want to give each of my children a lot of my time and attention, and am I going to be spread too thin? And just being pregnant and sick, I think, has helped me realize that I can do more than I think I can do, and my kids know how much I love them, and I know that I can handle 4 kids. I remember thinking the same thing when I was pregnant with Winston. 3 kids, am I going to be able to handle 3 kids? And it's been such a blessing having him. I feel like it's brought so much life to our family, and I know that this baby will too. So a lot of that anxiety is gone. I don't feel sad anymore. I feel very happy and excited to be having a baby. However, I do hope that the next 6 months go by really fast. I do think that once my belly starts getting bigger and I start feeling the baby kick, I'll love it. I loved that. I always love feeling my baby move in my belly. So I am excited. I am hoping that time goes by fast. I'm just so ready for the baby to be here already. I'm like, okay, Kayli, calm down. The baby will get here soon. Just calm down a little bit. So as far as physical changes, I am not showing yet. I am filling out a little bit, and I've already gained about 5 to 7 pounds depending on the day, which seems crazy. I'm like, how can I be so sick and throwing up so much and still just gaining weight? But it's because I throw up good things. I always throw up if I drink too much water, if I eat too much fruits or vegetables, but give me a donut or crackers and I have no problem. I can keep that down. So I feel like my body is getting rid of all of the good things that it needs to be keeping, and I can keep any carb down. You give me a carb and I'll keep it down. It's just so crazy how our bodies work. So as far as cravings, I'm craving carbs. Just carbs. Sandwiches, rolls, croissants, donuts, cupcakes, cookies. I'm definitely craving sweets like crazy, and that's about it really. Just carbs. That's what I want. Another thing that I've really been loving are the cookies and cream candy bars, and I could eat so many of those. I've been drinking these sparkling ice waters. I don't like just sparkling water. I don't like the taste of it, but these are naturally flavored, so I've been trying to drink these. Also, I do try to drink like a little bit of water a few times throughout the day just so my belly doesn't get full, but I know that I'm getting pure water in my body because I know that that's so important. But these also save me. I think just that little bit of sparkle in them just helps settle my stomach a little bit. So these have definitely been so great. I've had a lot of people ask me if I'm going to be having another C-section, and I will. I've already had 3, so it's not an option for me to have a regular vaginal birth. I do have to have a C-section. And the reason that I had a C-section the first time is because I had a really long, terrible labor with Braylee, which turned into an emergency C-section. It was a very traumatic experience. It was terrible. So when it came time to have Gage, it wasn't even a thought of mine to try to do that again. I just wanted to have a C-section. And then I waited so long in between Gage and Winston. Then again, it was an option for me to try to have Winston vaginally. But I just have had C-sections and I know what it's like and I know what the recovery is like. And I know that it's not going to be a traumatic, terrible experience again. And so I did decide to go with a C-section again. You know, when you go through something that's really hard during your labor, it's crazy how it can affect you for a long time. And I'm just scared. I was just scared to try to do that again. And I have always felt really good about my decision. I felt really at peace when I decided to have another C-section with Winston, and now it's not an option. I'm so excited to go on another pregnancy journey with you guys and just to share everything that's going on and to answer a lot of your questions. So I will be doing Q&As throughout the next few months. Also, I'll be doing regular update videos. I don't know how often, just probably when I feel like things have changed a lot. I don't think I'll do it every week, but you know, maybe every few weeks, or just if I think something big happened this week I need to tell you guys about, I will be doing that. I also want to do a morning sickness video like I talked about, and a fun video talking about how each of my pregnancies have been different, because so far they've been really, really different, and there's just different things about each one that I thought would be fun to talk about. So let me know if you would like to see any of those videos or if you would like to see anything else. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your love and support. I can't thank you enough for just being so, so great. Like I mentioned, I also do want to make sure to continue doing regular videos. So if you like my regular videos, don't worry, I still want to do a lot of crafts, a lot of cooking, a lot of beauty, hair, and makeup. So please continue watching for those videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!